Hello, friend. Welcome to another episode of the Mount Rushmore of Everything. It is Christmas season, and therefore we are starting our Christmas celebration a little bit early.
Christmas!
By talking about Christmas songs. We are only going to be considering secular Christmas songs. We're going to have a separate list for what we're calling Christmas carols or Christmas hymns. So do not expect any Christmas carol religious hymns to appear on this list. We will have a separate list for that, which will be out next week. This one is one of my two non-negotiables. This is the stronger of the two non-negotiables, and it's Jingle Bells.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I thought this was easy and non-negotiable because I felt this was the best crossover, if you will, in that. So there's a little debate as to what a Christmas carol is. Some people define it as a religious one, so the same as a Christmas hymn, something that centers on Jesus. So whether it be just talking about the manger, whether it mentions the child and all that kind of stuff. But Jingle Bells, though, is the type that if you go Christmas caroling, Jingle Bells is one of those easy go-tos, right? Like Jingle Bells is just everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's often used as a Christmas carol in the like caroling sense, unlike a lot of these other songs, where it's usually the hymns that get a lot of the popularity in that context. So it's performed a lot, but it also it is a secular song.
Yeah.
And it's the third most recorded holiday song ever, second for holiday songs. Recorded 89,681 times as of 2017, which is ridiculous. Number 3 on Spotify with 19.1 thousand different tracks. So 19.1 thousand people have covered this song and have it on Spotify. I'd go so far as to say it is the definitive secular Christmas song. If you pick one Christmas song that has nothing to do with Jesus, I think that's it.
Right. It's the first thing that comes to your mind. Also, it has been translated to so many languages. I grew up with Jingle Bells, not knowing that it was called Jingle Bells. We just call it Navidad, Navidad. That was the second one probably that came to mind when I started thinking about it. But yeah, it has to be in the list.
Yeah.
So, am I next?
You are next.
All right, I'm going to go with White Christmas.
I agree. Non-negotiable.
There you go.
2 for 2. This
there
is
you
a good
go.
start.
Yes.
It's the opposite of last one we recorded.
We're off now. The hook.
We are.
Yeah. So, White Christmas, for me and my family, and many in Mexico, when we think of Christmas, and that just talks about the influence of American culture in other countries, you think of snow. It's an essential song for the season. I think it encompasses the whole season. And it helps also that it has a movie, a very popular movie, that it's a must-watch
for sure
every year. Together with Jingle Bells, those are the two that pop into your head once you start thinking about, okay, Christmas songs. Well, if you were going to put a playlist, you must have Jingle Bells and White Christmas.
Agreed.
Ciao.
And the definitive version by Bing Crosby, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
It's not even Christmas until that song has been played. And even beyond the general iconicness, and I think it's a good call out, the whole white Christmas aspect, like snowy Christmas.
Right.
And the importance it has probably in culture in associating Christmas with snowiness, even though a lot of the world doesn't have snow or doesn't have snow at the time that Christmas comes.
Yeah.
It's also the second most recorded holiday song ever, first for secular songs. So I mentioned Jingle Bells. This is the only secular song to be above it. Second overall, first for secular Christmas songs, recorded 128,276 times, which is a significant amount more than that number 3 slot that Jingle Bells has, which is 89,000.
Right.
That's a huge difference. It's also number 2 on Spotify with 20.7 thousand different tracks. So not only does it have that iconicness to it, it also has some stats to back up its importance, which is why I thought this is clearly non-negotiable.
Yeah. And then it just goes whatever now.
It gets harder. It gets harder. But I feel decent about this third one. Not necessarily that we'd agree, but I feel good about the pick. So for the third one, I'm going with the Christmas song. You don't know if you agree.
I don't.
It's also called Merry Christmas to You, for what it's worth.
All right, let me hear your argument for it.
Okay. So it's the 4th most recorded holiday song ever, 3rd for secular songs. Recorded 80,000 times, a little above 80,000 times as of 2017. Number 4 on Spotify with 13.2 thousand tracks. And also, for the record, Nat King Cole's definitive version is Billboard's third most popular all-time Christmas song since 2011 when they started the charts. So they do Christmas charts now, Billboard. And Nat King Cole's version of this song, so just his version, not all those covers I mentioned, but his alone is number 3 on that list, which is something interesting to bring up, that like there are other songs that are like very iconic, but only for a specific artist. So they're huge in that department, but they're not covered very much, which is also because some of these are public domain, so anybody can record them and not pay any royalties
is a nice thing,
and stuff. So there's a lot of interesting things at play here, but overall the fact that like that's Nat King Cole's song and yet it's also super covered was that dichotomy to me of like it feels like it has to be
it's
there.
called the Christmas song. If you're gonna be bold enough to call yourself the Christmas song,
and it still work out.
Yeah,
that's not doing too bad.
Yeah,
it's been around forever too. I think it was recorded in like the 50s or something like that, or 40s.
And there's not a lot of relatable things in that song anyway. Like who's roasting chestnuts on an open fire anyway?
Yeah, because of that line though. I think of chestnut. I've never seen. I don't even know what that looks like. I don't know what roasting chestnuts looks like. Never thought about it. And yet I think, well, chestnuts roasting on, that's Christmassy. Never seen it in my life. I've never in my life seen such a thing. I don't even remember which nut chestnuts are. But that's iconic to me to Christmas, just based on that song.
Right.
And it's another song that I'd argue Christmas hasn't started if you haven't heard that song. That's why I have it in there.
I'm not sure.
Okay. You can continue with the list.
I have it. Have it there, and I it's just I'm debating.
Oh, it's. I think the next one gets even tougher. But
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
And my next pick is "Deck the Halls."
Okay.
I think that that's one of those songs that works as a Christmas song, but also as a caroling song. If you ever go caroling, that's either your opening song or your closing song.
Yep.
And everybody knows the fa la 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 la.
Yes.
It's so easy to follow along.
Yes.
It's very catchy. And even if you don't know the words to it, at least you know deck the halls. Fa la 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 la. Everybody
totally
joins
song,
in the fa la 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 la. So it's a very nice song for everybody to join in. And you're not gonna tell me that if you decorate your home for Christmas, you are not thinking of that song when you're doing that. What are you doing? We're decorating, and then it comes naturally to your mind.
Yep.
So it's an emblem of a whole holiday season also, and what you are actually doing at the beginning of the season, which is decorating, getting your house ready to receive the King and Savior of the world.
That is a great pick. That I do not.
But you do not have it. That's all right.
I do not have it. So I'll give my fourth one. It gets really difficult from here. I ended up going with Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Really?
Yes. So it is the most played holiday song of the last 50 years, which I thought was, okay, that's big. That song is it's ubiquitous with the idea of Christmas to me. Sixth most recorded holiday song ever. Fifth for secular, recorded 69,000 times. Number 7 on Spotify with 12,196 different versions, which is the number 5 ranked for secular. So it did have a lot of stats behind it. It's hard to say where to attribute certain iconic things, but the idea of Santa coming to town, how much of that is, like Santa obviously is the other half of Christmas, right? Like at this point, there's Christmas, right? Which is the religious side, the Jesus side, and then there's the Santa. Yeah. Like they're both very representative of each side of Christmas, if you will. So I'm not going to go so far as to say the reason that Santa's there is this song. Right. Obviously, no. But this song certainly doesn't hurt. And then if you go in the opposite direction, if you think Christmas and you go the Santa direction, this is one of those first songs that you're going to think of.
And yes, I don't have it. And it added to the whole mythology of Santa Claus, you know, that he's making a list and he's checking it twice. And you know that.
The naughty or nice thing probably somewhat comes from that. Again, it's hard to tell.
He's going to find out.
So which was your fourth one?
So I'm just going to go with the Christmas song.
I think it's a good choice.
Yeah.
That one
course
I
you do.
I almost consider that one borderline non-negotiable. But let us know what you think in the comments.
Let us
below.
know. Let us know. Let us know.
I like it. I'm pro what just happened. If you're pro what just happened, you should also drop a like. And hey, you made it this far in the video, so you probably liked it.
Yeah, we're
just be
buddies
honest
now.
about
We're
it.
buddies.
Yeah. We're buddies. Drop a like. We appreciate it. And if you enjoy this content, we have it coming out every single Thursday. So be sure to subscribe and click the little notification bells so you are notified when these videos come out, so you can watch them, so you can engage in the discussion with us. We are thankful for you this holiday season. We hope you enjoyed this, and we'll talk to you next time.
Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. I love that one.
It is good.
I love that song.
It's so good.
It is.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Jingle bells, Twinkies, same thing.
Yeah. Similar.
I see what you're saying, though. Like they're there, they're popular,
Yeah.
they exist, but you're kind of like, yeah, but
should they?
Why? Yeah, who determined this?
Yeah. There are better things than.
Yeah. That's how I feel about Disney cartoons. Boom, got him.